Van Famulous.
Hello, everybody.
We made it. Oh, we're juggling. Super Chat Cam just fell over, guys, if you can even comprehend. I've got a baby in my arms. Hold on, let me adjust the camera, guys. This is Parent Life 101. Don't take it from us. Let's see how that works. Let's get babe in focus here. Mom of the year, as I've been calling her. Wait, hold on. That might help. Okay. And
now you can probably hear us a little bit better.
There's one.
Thanks for your patience, guys. Well, we just had to wrap up a feed.
We made it. See if you can scoot just a touch. All right. There we go. Okay, let's jump into chat and see how you guys are doing.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
Yes.
Jeremy Myler's here. Hello, hello.
Mr. Myler. Who do we have? We have Bruce, of course. Shelly Fitzgerald in the house.
Deva's here.
We have Deva. Hannah Burrows. Hello, hello.
Hi, Hannah.
Kevin Fitzgerald, Patreon family member. We have Linda Heckert. Guys, smash that like button if you're here early. Let us know that you're here with a comment. Yeah, check in with chat. You guys know everybody by now. Somebody smashing the like down button. I'll take it at this point. I'll take it.
How dare you say? How dare you dislike this
David
little
Strausser.
lady?
David Strausser in the house. What's going on, David? Laura Hope is here. I saw a lot of people chatting prior to the kickoff. Amy Sunclades is here. We love to see Amy in chat. Who else do we have? A lot of cool Van Famers.
Is here.
Love it. Okay, let's go back up to live. We have Kimberly Ortel, Rana Jane, Patreon family member. Hello, Rana.
Hi, Rana. Thank you, guys.
We have
is
Beck
here. Matilda. Olivia Davis from Australia. Oh, where in Australia are you from?
Down under. How's my hair, guys? Terrible?
Dan has actually had some really good hair days, and then
there's this. Keep me in your prayers, guys. Thoughts and prayers. We have Sam Smith, Lisa Fuselier. I'll get that one today. Tracy Scholl. Hi, Tracy.
Tracy Scholl is here. Margaret Cohead, Larry Mack.
Larry Max, let's add this to the broadcast. Ann Ferrier reminds everyone to LCS, guys. That's like, comment, and subscribe. That's from our beloved Ann Ferrier,
who is surely watching there.
Yeah, little Pepper Ann. We are reuniting with Ann Ferrier this evening as our current house sit comes to an end. Ladies and gentlemen, professional house sitters, if you ever need tips or advice
or a house sitter
you come to us. All right, let's throw a sound effect in there for that. Okay, I feel like
we've had a big week, guys.
Scrambling, guys. Had to be here for Sunday Night Live, but it's been a big week.
Yeah, we've had a really big week. I feel like things are just kind of starting to calm down and wind down.
Yep. Amy said, let's see the little princess. So because we know and love Amy, and she's always supporting the channel, we are going to jump over to Super Chat Cam. Let's see, here it is. And it's Maya Moon. It is the beautiful Maya Moonlight.
Maya just finished eating, and so I'm burping her.
She's so precious, guys.
With the pacifier in. I don't know if that makes sense.
I might try and get some light on the situation here.
Okay. I'm going to take this for a second while we burp.
Guys, I want to show off Maya Moon's hair. We're going to need a little light for this, but what do you guys think? Has the hair color changed at all since last week? We have had a lot of good interactions this week of people meeting Maya.
Is that a bald spot?
Oh my gosh. I hope that doesn't run in our family, because that means I'm going bald. Guys, it's Brother Huck. Can we get a round of applause for Brother Huck? Brother Huck's here. It's Maya Moon. We got to fill you guys in, though, on a lot of stuff that's going on, particularly in the breast department.
In the breast department, in the Brother Huck department.
Brother Huck department. Yeah, we had a big week. I forgot about old Brother Huck. Lori Davis, how's her progress, weight, etc.? That's from Lori Davis. Well,
yeah, so we'll tell
pretty good, I think.
We'll start with Monday. We went to the lactation consultant.
Yep.
And, well, let's turn on some lights.
Yeah.
And Monday was, Monday's lactation consultant appointment took a little longer than we anticipated because once we got there, there was a midwife there who wanted to take her blood reading because she looked yellow. And so we weighed her and took her bilirubin, blood for her bilirubin.
Her billies. Her billies, guys. We got the bilirubin back. It actually went down from last time we left the hospital. It was 13.5. It was in the 11s, so that was really good to see. Let's give a round of applause for Maya Moon for having good billies, guys. Good billies. She's a silly Billy.
It came as a bit of a shock to us because they wanted to take it immediately. We had a pediatrician appointment last week. They wanted to take it immediately, so it was kind of scary once again for us to sit and wait for that. They certainly didn't mean to, but they made us worry, and
that's okay.
It was okay. But she's not getting quite as much milk as she should in each feed, which is why she shouldn't have a poop for 5 days.
She did poop, guys, which is fantastic. I want to say Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, she had a big bowel movement. 2 of them.
Right? In the same day?
Yep. And then 2 days later, she had another one. So she's been really good. Like we said, bilirubin levels are down. We're just working on eating right now. And we have a scale. We might, because we're borrowing someone's scale, but we might get our own. And we're trying to measure her before she feeds and after she feeds. And for us, that's been the biggest issue is breastfeeding.
How much she's getting.
Yeah.
And
how do you know?
If she's gaining weight because she's not really pooping. She's peeing a lot though.
Yeah.
And so
we can't be the only first-time parents who don't know, who have to wonder, is their newborn getting enough? Huck?
Yeah. I'm sure every parent feels this way.
Huckles, you know we don't do this during Sunday Night Lives. I'm sorry, pal, but right now it's it's Sunday Night Live, guys.
Sorry, buddy. You're a good boy. Okay, so back to the story. We don't know what she's getting. They call it transferring, like what she's pulling out and putting in her body. So we are trying to, Dan.
Well, I'm just showing the Van Fam.
Trying to figure that out. So for a while, for 5-6 days, we were doing what they call triple feeding, which is she feeds 15 minutes on each side. Mm-hmm. And we burp her. And then Dan gives her a bottle while I pump. And the whole process takes about 45-50 minutes. Then I have an hour, just over an hour's rest, and just enough time to have a shower or a meal. And then she feeds again. So it was really time consuming and energy suck for a while.
It's tough, guys. It's a grind. I mean, every couple hours, and it's a grind on Allie. I wish I could lactate, and
me too.
I wish men had some ability to start lactating. I guess if you're on the West Coast, in a lot of ways, there are people that tell you we can. Probably not natural, for sure.
So I wasn't producing that much in my pumping session, so we got a lot of donor milk from a couple of different people, which we are super grateful for. And that's what Dan was basically feeding her in the bottle and then topping it up with the little that I was getting. So that's, I don't know. We don't know what we're doing.
Guys, Huck is, he is chill all day, and then the minute we hit live, Sunday Night Live comes around, he starts grabbing his squeakers, and there you go. What do you guys know? It's Brother Huck. He is beautiful. He is the star of the show so many times. But he's doing his squeakers. So
anyway, we stopped doing the triple feeding yesterday because I just couldn't bear it any longer.
Mentally, it's a lot.
We hope because I pumped, hopefully I'm getting more milk, and hopefully she's getting more in each feed instead of, I don't know, basically forcing it to her in a bottle. So we're going to see how this goes for a few days, as per another lactation consultant that we've been speaking to, a friend of mine on the phone who's been a little more helpful than the one we saw in person.
Yeah. I want to shout out Miss Tracy Scholl, who just threw out super chat of $7.99 from Dan. And let's get her some horns, guys. It's Tracy Scholl.
Tracy.
Let's see if she gave us a comment anywhere here. Amy Sunclade says, thank you, Tracy. A lot of people thanking Tracy. I love that camaraderie between the Van Fam. When we see a super chat come in, you guys are so generous. We've always said that. But I love that you guys all
Huckleberry
chime in. So that's really cool.
Come here.
But let's see how you guys are doing.
Do you guys want to see Huckleberry give sister a kiss? Huckles, come here.
Huckleberry giving sister
Come
a
here.
kiss, guys.
What's this?
Sponsored by Tracy
Huckle,
Scholl's
come say
super
hi
chat.
to your sister.
Huck, can you come see
say hi to
sister?
sister? Come here, buddy.
No, he's Huck. Come see sister.
Come here, Huck. Who is this? Come give kisses.
His tail. Here he comes,
Who
guys.
is this?
Whoa, Huck. Nice and easy with sister.
Good boy.
He doesn't quite kiss her, which we actually like. He smells her a lot and kind of, oh, there he goes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know if that's healthy, but we're doing it.
She doesn't hate it, so I don't see why not, right?
Lots of Aussies in the house, says Beck. Beck, we got your email with the digital print. Fantastic. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And I saw Alicia from Australia, Melbourne, I think she said.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Johnson.
Now, is this the same Chris Johnson that sent us the care package from Everett? Because I don't remember there being a picture on Chris's...
Yeah, Chris, you have to let us know. I think so. I only know one Chris Johnson.
Yeah.
But we haven't actually been to...
Picking it up today.
Yes, we're picking up this evening.
So we are excited to see. We're still getting care packages from you guys. You guys have been fantastic.
Yes. And actually, if anybody sent anything to Bellingham, besides Candace and Donna, if anybody else sent anything to Bellingham and we haven't talked about it yet, can you let us know? Because we're going to have a few things forwarded, and I just wanted to make sure that we got the last of it, please.
Yeah, make sure to keep us updated, guys, because we're having having to do some planning around that. It's Denise. She's in the house. She says, "Happy Thanksgiving." Has she ever had formula? Asks Candace. I want to touch on this, and I don't mean to be obtuse here or acute, which is geometry, but I want to say. You've got to do the best that you can do, and I know you're doing that, and you can be so hard on yourself, but no matter what, our daughter is going to be taken care of. She's gonna eat. She's gonna get, if she ever needs formula, because for whatever reason, we're gonna get her the best formula money can buy. And
the thing that I didn't want to do was supplement with too much, because I didn't want it to affect my milk supply.
Right.
So every single thing you do has like a chain reaction of repercussions, and there's nothing wrong with supplementing with a little bit of formula or a little bit of donor milk. But I was starting to get down in my supply. And I thought if I just fed more and pumped more, it would come up, and it already has a little bit, I think.
I got to stop you right there, because it's Linda Thomas. It's a super chat. It's from Dananda. And it says...
Thank you. Three Aussies, Melbourne, Sydney, and Queensland. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Linda. Thank you very much.
Linda.
So, yeah, guys, that's where we're at mentally. We are... it's Shelly Fitzgerald! Whoa! Shelly taking charge of the super chat.
Thank you, Shelly.
With a $19.99 taking over super chat of the night, kind of elbowing our other Van Famers out of the way and saying, It's a super chat of 1999. Sending some love to you all. Guys, I just want to say Shelly is always getting the party started. Is she not?
She is.
So, Shelly, we really appreciate you.
Shelly.
But we appreciate all of you guys.
We do. Every
no
single
matter
one
what
of you.
If you comment, I mean, if you don't like, or if you don't like, or if you down like, we still appreciate you.
Well, how many people are here and how many likes do we have?
Guys. It's 172
and
on our end.
we only have 84 likes.
Guys, you've got an angry mom after you if you haven't liked yet.
Well, how can you not like this? This little gal has some, what do you call that? Baby acne going on her face?
Well, listen what Gnome says, and I don't know if the Van Fam agrees, but she says, the squeaky noise doesn't bother me at all. Beautiful boy, Huck. So,
okay, well, maybe we'll let him play with it.
Well, it'll drive me mental, so I can't. But I love the outlook and the attitude from Gnome. And Bruce agrees. Look at that. Bruce agrees.
Aww.
My lab is snorting away. We got another down like. Thank you. I know that's not a Van Fammer. I know that. It's probably some spammer coming in.
That's all right.
Gnome's liked. Shelly Fitzgerald, thank you guys. You guys are so great. No matter how crazy we've had a rough week together, but it's been hard for you. But no matter what, when we get to the weekend and we get to Sunday night and we get to hang out with you guys for 2 hours, it's always a highlight of our week, and it's always such a great way to finish off.
Yeah, we will look forward to it every week. So it's good for us, and we are so happy to have you guys here.
You know, we live in a van, as you guys know, and although part-time now, house sitters, which has been a new addition to our lifestyle. But when you just don't have a full-time job and you make content, I mean, this is our job, and we're kind of in our maternity leave, but we're going to be ramping it up as soon as Friday with our getting back to our usual frequency. But it's hard to, we spend a lot of time together, but oftentimes we don't, unless we're here for the holidays or something, we don't see a lot of people. So it's always really good to know that we have you guys here.
You guys, Maya got to meet her grandma, 2 grandpas, 2 aunties, an uncle,
cousin,
and a cousin, and a set of great grandparents
this
week.
Let me show you guys a picture. This was a special moment.
Absolutely wonderful to be around Dan's family this week.
Really? You mean that?
Yeah.
So guys, this is a picture of Maya with her great grandfather.
Isn't that sweet?
Not coming in great, but not coming in bad either. I'm happy with it. And then this is, where's grandmother, great grandmother. My grandma is such, I mean, I'm so blessed with great family, but my grandmother, Maya's great grandmother, is such a joy to be around. And you know, whenever we go over there, it's like I could just hang out and talk with them for hours on end. It's such a unique,
they're so sweet,
unique conversation that you certainly can't get bored. I wanted to give a shout out to Word Woman. She said, happy 3 weeks Earthside to Maya, and Word Woman joined Patreon this week. So happy to have you.
Thank you so much. And
you guys
it's 3 weeks today.
On Patreon, sorry, real quick. On Patreon, you can look for a Patreon exclusive podcast coming out this week, guys, by the way. Sorry, babe, you were saying?
What's exciting is that she's 3 weeks old, meaning things are starting to get a little easier every day, but it's also sad that she's already 3 weeks.
They grow up so fast, guys.
That's wild.
Lori Sheehan. I don't think I've ever said Lori's last name, but Lori's in the house. Welcome, Lori. She
Lori's
says,
from New York.
Maya is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you, Lori.
Missy Waymeyer. She says, Allie and Dan, I love you guys. I'm so excited and happy for you both and baby Maya. You are wonderful parents. Don't worry if you have to supplement. You're doing the best job. That's perfect. Perfectly said, I think, from Missy there.
Thank you.
Susan Jones says, y'all look great. When are you coming to Tennessee? I've talked to Allie about Tennessee for a project that we want to do together, but Tennessee is is a great market, I think, for what we want to do. But we haven't really had a serious talk on it yet.
Time will tell.
Time will tell, guys. Time will tell.
We don't really know.
So we wanted to talk with you guys tonight at some point about the Idaho murder mystery, because this is a tragic story.
Huge.
This is up there with the Gabby
Super
Petito
horrifying
story, in my opinion. If we weren't in this situation, like if Maya was a few weeks older even, I would seriously drive out there and cover that. And so this is our first time being inhibited by our child, and it's fine. But I'm just saying.
I think in the future, if she's a little bit bigger, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But right now,
and also it's Thanksgiving, and we had plans. And
are
it's like
still in the incubation phase.
We're doing the rounds.
Yeah.
We're taking her to meet like everyone, and it's been so special. But just know that, guys, this for us is exactly what we like to investigate. And we'd love to see it for ourselves and bring you guys along. So unfortunately, we can't do that, but we can talk about it here on Sunday night.
It's kind of frustrating though, because it sounds like the police have uncovered a little bit of information that they aren't sharing with us, which of course happens in every investigation.
I think so.
But I just feel like we're at a little bit of a standstill with it until they release more information.
Yeah.
Because you can look at their social medias and see
what
their lives were like.
Sorry to interrupt, but via Cash App, it's the one and only, it's Amy Sunclades, guys, with a $50. I'm jumping over to Super Chat Cam, and I don't care who knows it. Let's get the party started. Amy, I didn't notice it at first because I wasn't looking at my phone.
Thank you, Amy.
But we got to jump over to Maya Moon and see if we can maybe get a smile for Miss Maya for Amy and all of our Super Chatters tonight. Maya Moon, you've got so many people who love you. Look at her face, guys. So we were a little concerned about the baby, I guess, acne rash, but obviously we've talked to a pediatrician this week, and it's not a big deal. It's normal, I guess. Yeah. And we're just trying not to touch it or do anything to it, obviously. Guys, look at how precious. Oh, little movement.
We are still rolling down newborn-sized outfits for her.
So, guys, Amy Sunclades with a $50 Super Chat. I mean, Amy, you are just a rock star with the Cash App, I swear to goodness.
Thank you.
Let's see if Amy said anything here. I've been researching it a lot. Well, I can't wait to hear what you guys know.
Yeah,
and have to say.
This is so crazy tragic. And for a while, I thought to myself, how in the world could the other two people in the house not have heard it? But it kind of makes sense. If they used a knife, he probably just... she, who knows?
No, I think it's a he. And
stabbed him.
We can all kind of agree on that.
Like right in the throat, like immediate death.
I'll talk about my theory and see what you guys think.
Share it.
Well, I want to see if there's any comments first. Oh, Shelly says, "Oh, that precious little face." I think it's closer to home than they are saying right now. 100% agree with Amy on that comment.
What do you? They think it's someone they know really well?
I think that's what she means. And I think that closer to home means like probably, yeah. And that kind of goes in line with what I think. And I think probably what a lot of you guys think. Beck says, everyone says they didn't scream, may have been asleep, but also I believe if you're truly terrified, your voice won't come out and your body is using every ounce of energy to fight for your life. It's a great point.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that it's like... the killer must have just done it very, not systematically, like very thought out, right?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
What do you think happened?
Well, what I think, and this would be from my time in college, there's a lot of, weirdos in college, out of college, but college is a transformational time where you're on your own, you're out, and
probably drinking heavily. So it's possible that if they were passed out, like
could have been passed out, but definitely there was at least one of them had defensive wounds or indicators of putting up a defense. But what I think happened, I think it was someone that either. I mean, these were very good-looking girls, I would say, quite attractive.
Yeah.
Obviously, one of them was dating. Two of them were dating. The guy was dating. I want to say Miss Gonzalez. I can't quite remember her first name.
No, it was Cal Noodle, or however you say.
I'll have to pull up their names. But anyways, two of them were dating. You guys know that. I think it was like they're out having fun. They're partying. And there's someone that maybe they're ignoring this person. Maybe this person is probably obsessed, I think, or very interested in them, and has a lot of jealousy, wants to be accepted. We got to jump over to Super Chat Cam real quick.
But
we got to stay on topic,
from
though.
What I gather is...
Hold on, we got to stay on topic here, because I want to get my theory out.
No, but from what I gather is the two gals...
You've interrupted my theory.
Okay, sorry.
No.
Oh, no, go
I
ahead.
want to hear what you have to say.
No.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
And now I unfortunately
The two
can't
gals.
remember. The two gals were by themselves, I believe.
At the food truck, and then they went home.
And then they were like in pairs. They weren't all four out together.
Yeah.
Well, at that time.
So I think they were partying beforehand. They probably were out at, I want to say a house party or somewhere where this person, I think it was a male, saw them, was around them. I think maybe even to the point of got maybe rejected by one of them or a group of them, or somehow interpreted them as making fun of him. Something happened where it's personal, and had probably gone home, grabbed a weapon that they had, which is a 6-inch, I don't know what they call it, ranger knife or some 6-inch, the 6-inch hunting type of blade that the police have talked about. Grab that with intent, grab that, went over, and I think that person probably followed him home, and then went and got the weapon, or had the weapon on them.
How did he get into the house?
I guarantee a door was left open. When I lived in college, our door was almost never locked, especially, it was locked, but especially on a party night, no way.
So,
let's jump into chat while
it says that it's possible. I read a couple of things, but then I read that
Do I have a boog on my nose?
No. Did somebody say that?
Margaret says, get the boog off your nose.
So
wouldn't be the first time.
I read that it was possible that they were after Kaylee Goncalves, I think is how you say her last name.
Okay, so, yeah. Rana says, well, one of the girls had a stalker.
But Rana, I just saw a YouTube video, and I can't remember exactly. Maybe it was just Good Morning America or something, that they kind of debunked that was maybe not true. I don't know, but they don't give you any details on how they believe that that's maybe not true.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Who knows?
Okay, let me see what you guys think. Maybe you can comment. Hello, Jolene. Jolene is in the house. She says May is adorable. I do see Allie in her. Oh, that's good to hear, because I see Allie's nose for sure. But a lot of people have said they see me. So,
yeah, I think I see myself, but then I think I see Dan too.
Yeah, Beck says the chest stab was the killing blow. That's what I've read too.
Was the what?
The chest stab was the one that killed.
All four?
I think, yeah.
I think that's what I saw too, but
I'm going to see what you guys are saying. I'm just going through comments.
But they haven't released in what order they think it was done, and for some reason they said they think it was done at 3 a.m. and they got home at 1:40.
Oh, just about 2 a.m. They got home at 1:55. Definitely targeted since 2 arrived. Thank God they did. Just so sad and horrible. Definitely targeted, says Carrie. Yeah, I think it was I saw one theory. Someone said it could be an ROTC, or this is total speculation and has nothing to do with ROTC people, but it could have been someone that has experience hunting, has experience around blood. I mean, it's such a gruesome crime. Which is not uncommon
for Idaho, though.
Yeah, and that's kind of Idaho's a little
area.
more outdoorsy, hunting, stuff like that. But I think it was someone that did it out of just kind of in a way snapped, but was probably not like purely just raging. I mean, definitely like, but I guess I don't know how to describe what I'm imagining, but just someone that stalked these people that felt slighted or felt like supreme
But you think
jealousy.
it was somebody who was just that night, stalked just that night? You don't think it was
No,
like
I think it was someone that I think this person has known of them and maybe has been very interested in the past, or has even tried to approach or tried to be around them and spend time with them, and always has gotten multiple like signs of rejection in a sense, or even directly to their face. So I think it's definitely someone close to home, as someone said earlier. Mark Marshall says one of the girls' sisters said they always lock the door due to property property past. Well, I think in this case, I'm going to say that there was a door that was probably unlocked, and obviously there's been no sign of forced entry that we've been heard of. So,
or a window, or
what I find very interesting is they ruled out this person Jack, but I don't know if they've ruled Jack out necessarily, but we've heard from some families that Jack is like basically family, or is family. And but Jack was called a combined 10 times by two of the girls at like 2 a.m. and no calls were answered by Jack, but his phone was called 10 times.
At what time?
2 a.m. or so, like after they'd gotten back. Amy says stalker claim was rejected by the police. Good to know.
Yeah.
Amy also says sliding door was open, but Minnie knew the code to the door. That's another good point.
Yeah.
And, there's been a lot of talk of this is someone that the police think, or people are kind of speculating based on the reaction that they knew this person.
Yeah.
And this could have been this could be someone that they rejected, that they might not have been like someone that they're comfortable having over, that they invited over, but it's like they saw this person and they knew them.
But also it could be somebody in college, somebody that went to college with them that felt that, but it could very also easily be, I remember seeing like kind of creepy older people at our college parties. It was like, why are they here? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Amy says it's someone that has been in the house before and was jealous of one of them and got upset one of them or more for being rejected.
But why
so me and Amy are on the same page a bit.
Okay. It would make more sense to me if the person just killed like the two girls or one of the girls or something. But why kill the couple as well, who were probably in a room in a bed together in a different room?
Well, they were on a different floor.
But why would
they were on a totally different floor? They were on the second floor.
They heard it or something and woke up?
No, because they were killed in their room.
They don't say which person shows sign of.
Yeah, they didn't say. We don't know that. Who. Maybe you guys do, and we just haven't seen it. But
I didn't see it.
I think that they intentionally killed all four people. I think they were out as a group the night before, and so that night they were out as a group. They had posted on social media out together. And so there is clear indication that these people were like tight. And I think all four, why didn't they kill the other two roommates that were there? We'll never know. But maybe they were not like tight with the group of four that were tragically killed.
Oh, this is interesting. I think he was in the house waiting for them to come in.
Yeah, Amy K says, I think he was in the house waiting for them to come in. I don't know. I don't know about that. Dewey Weber in the house. Dewey says it was a K-bar knife. K-bar knife, okay.
Okay.
Let's see what else you guys have to say. Shannon Jackson of Shannon and Ron, our San Diego power couple, as we like to say. We missed your last week's live. We were so bummed. How does someone kill four people without someone getting away? Great point. And also on top of that, how does someone kill four people covered in blood, leaving the crime scene? I don't care what time of day it is, and not at least leave some trace of evidence, or someone see them, or some camera catch them. This person had to have been covered in blood, covered in blood. And I just don't, this is not someone that is a plan. This was not an expert killer. This was not some professional. This was an amateur, someone who was upset, and someone who did this like maybe somewhat premeditated. But how does this amateur not get have some evidence sitting around?
What's wild to me is that it seems to me like they chose that evening on purpose or something. So if he was at that party or something, how could somebody not have... They've said like quite a few people have come out and given information, but that they want more. They think that more people are... know more information, right?
I got to hit the horns here because as I was just talking about Ron and Shannon Jackson on the Cash App, hit us with those. Let me jump over to Super Chat Cam. Of course, when we have a Super Chat of this magnitude, it's $33.33. And she says, for 3-week celebration of Miss May of Moon. So thank you to the Jacksons down in San Diego.
Thank you very much, Shannon and Ron.
Look at Supermom, guys. I just want to give a shout out to you, babe, on Sunday Night Live so it's documented that you are Supermom. Seriously. And I'm looking you right in the eyes, guys. I'm looking her right in the eyes.
Well, I have to definitely say that any single mom...
Woo, hi, girly.
Is a super mom. I mean, seriously.
You have a whole new respect for single moms, you're saying?
Just any mom, not just
any
single
mom.
moms. I mean, it's not an easy feat, and
It's tough to be a guy and watch how much you have to do and how little we are able to help with.
You help so much, though.
Thank you. I've been making some killer meals for Allie, but big shout out to...
Thank you very much for that, guys.
To Shannon and Ron in San Diego for that super chat. You guys have been fantastic on the super chats tonight. Seriously. Let me just make sure. Okay, so let's jump back into chat and see what you guys are saying about what we've said. And please correct us. Oh, Beck says, Dan, can you put the PayPal on the screen? Let me see if I can do that.
So this is just crazy tragic to me. I think about if I were in college at this time, there's no way I would want to be staying in my college house, walking around campus, or thinking about going into what's about to be like final exams for the first semester.
Whoa, we got a little noise coming here, guys. A little noise. I just added the PayPal in the top corner. I don't know who Beck was asking, but I don't know if anybody can see that. If you can't, let me know. But she's very calm because her mom is just so good at reading her.
A lot of people say don't give them a pacifier before 1 month. Well, you're allowed to do whatever you want when you're a parent.
Yeah. Okay, let me actually jump back into chat. You guys have been fantastic. I keep getting pulled away from the topic at hand because of your guys' generous super chats. So let's see what you guys are saying. Amy says, initial report said that only 2 were in the beds, boyfriend and girlfriend. That was from coroner. Okay, so that's a good correction. So they were in the beds. The 2 girls were somewhere else when they were killed. Their bodies were found somewhere else. And then Xana had defensive wounds.
Oh,
good to know.
That's the girlfriend of the couple.
Right, that's the girlfriend. One of the girls killed was calling her ex-boyfriend right before she was killed. Yeah, I thought that was an interesting. I think that you could say like, oh, it's her ex-boyfriend. Maybe it's a booty call. Maybe it's just a drunk dial late at night. Maybe there's something more to those calls because he got 7 calls from the ex and 3 calls from the ex's friend. I got to remember their names.
Could you imagine not answering those calls and then having...
Bruce says first kills were on the 2nd floor and then the 3rd floor were second. Okay, good to know. I want to see here. what everyone's saying.
How can, I just can't, it's just like mind-blowing how somebody just goes out and murders 4 people within the span of an hour, and brutally too, like not just like using a gun.
David Strausser says, they say it sounded just normal and nothing out of the ordinaries with the individuals downstairs. No emotion from them at all.
Normal.
Waiting in the house would be a stalker ruled out. Okay, so I guess what David's saying is they weren't waiting in the house possibly because that was ruled out, which makes sense to me. Beck says, yeah, no bloody footprints or anything. I mean, how does that happen?
But then I heard that there was a bloody, it was bloody inside the house.
Very bloody.
So how
they saw blood dripping out
they take their clothes off?
Yeah.
And who called?
But that would be revealed.
They haven't released who called yet.
Patty says if they were wearing black at night, maybe. Yeah, maybe, but...
Yeah,
maybe if they're wearing all black. And, this person's not... I'm not saying this person's stupid, but they're just an amateur, and they're not... This was not a well-planned out crime. So, but maybe they did have that one thing going for them, that they were wearing clothes that didn't show visibly. If you're walking around in a white shirt and there's blood all over it, that's a lot easier to spot then.
Because surely there'd still be drunk people out, like, walking home.
Yeah.
On campus, or like surrounding campus, I guess.
Okay, so Bruce says, I still say the Brian Laundrie case is even more disturbing. He was her life partner, although this is quite a horrific crime. Well, I think this is more horrific, by quite a large margin. But
Very
the Brian
horrific.
Laundrie Gabby Petito case, I don't even like to say the creep's name. The Gabby Petito case
is so tragic.
It's just
I don't know if that's the right word for it, but it's like it's
so sad because, like what Bruce is saying, it's her partner. There's
murdered by someone you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Missy says pacifiers are okay if that's what works for your baby. You are right, Allie. You can make the choice as her mama. Only you and Dan know what is best for your baby. Well, thank you.
Thank you,
That's always
Missy.
nice to hear. Yeah, I saw this. This is what Raybird says. She says the cops, I believe it's the cops, they said it was the most horrific scene. I mean, it's got to be, right? In a small town, college campus town like that, it's not too often you're going to see a crime of this magnitude. And this really is a crime of epic proportions, and I really hope we get closure on this, because there's nothing worse than someone getting away with a sloppy crime against against anyone really, but young people that were just getting their life started, and
so sad.
It's just terrible. It's really terrible.
It's just really difficult to understand for so many of us how somebody has it in them to do that. I mean, that's wild to me. Like, I can relate with so many people in the world, or I can try and understand, but these type of people I cannot, obviously. Many people cannot.
Beck made a good point here. I bet there's all sorts of evidence, like fibers and prints of some sort inside, 100%. And I know I've seen that reported for sure.
I think there's tons of evidence that they're not disclosing, and I think
That's
a
what Beck
lot
says,
more
too.
of this will be for people like us who are interested in investigations and
This
things
is a
like
great
that.
point from Shannon Jackson. She says, how do you call the cops and say someone is passed out when there had to have been blood everywhere? Do you know about that? In the morning?
At 11 a.m., they got a call.
Well, first, I guess they called friends to say, hey, like,
And
come over and
friends
help.
came over, yeah.
Because someone's passed out. But like Shannon's saying, there's blood everywhere.
Yeah, how do
There's
you not...
stab wounds all over their bodies.
How do you not know?
That's not a passed out person. That is immediately call 911. And
But they ruled them out. I wonder how and why.
well, I'm not saying that's like they had something to do with it, but the more I think about it, it's so strange. I mean, I a lot of times when I'm in this situation, or when I'm reading about a crime like this, I'm like, what would I have done? And it's like, I would have not, if I woke up in college and I had roommates and I find blood all over my roommate's room and him dead, with stabs, I would not call other friends, and I would not classify him as passed out. So, I don't think there's a lot of room for, like, oh, maybe it was a close call and they didn't know. I think it's pretty obvious in this case.
Well,
so
what if
that very, very interesting, very confusing.
What if it was one of the girls who wasn't in her bed, one of the like single girls, I guess, and she was flipped over, so she had been stabbed. I don't know.
Flipped over, yeah, but blood everywhere.
But blood would have been everywhere.
And I will say, maybe, like when I was in college, I remember one incident where we did have blood, and it was like a broken nose or something like that. But you're drinking, the blood's thinned out, you bleed more, and we had blood like all over like a bathroom. So maybe I could see that, I guess, kind of, and that's me being generous.
I don't know.
David Strausser says, anything inside the house was staged to make it look like someone came into the home. Since it was several floors, this is how it was easier to kill. 2 people did the killing, the 2 downstairs. Whoa! Controversial statement. Big statement from David Strausser.
Big statement,
Big old statement.
Pretty viable option if you ask me, but they've been ruled out. So there must be something that we know.
Yeah.
That they know that we don't. Did I just say that right?
Yeah. The police always know more than we do, and they don't release certain things on purpose.
Which would help us.
Mark Marshall asks, have they released the 911 call?
Can you hand me that pillow, please?
And I'm wondering that too. I believe the answer, I want to say the answer is no, because I feel like I would have seen it. I've kind of been on this for the last week since we talked about it on Sunday Night Live. But maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of that stuff yet. They said they're keeping it for us, or they're keeping it from the public for a reason as part of the investigation. But
who agrees with David Strausser that it was the 2 downstairs that committed this crime?
Yeah. The sick people that kill their own kids.
Oh, man, that's insanity.
You heard about the people, were they in Indiana or something, and they had their son out in a dog kennel outside?
Oh, that's sickening. I don't even like to think.
That
is just sickening. Babe, Margaret Coxhead says, I've noticed you aren't drinking as much water tonight. Keep hydrated. How we doing? Ooh, you're low.
Thank you.
Margaret, I'm on it. This is where I come in, guys. I cannot screw this up.
Thank you, Margaret. Yes, I know a lot of eating and drinking leads to better breastfeeding, more breast milk and stuff. I do drink probably 5 of those a day. I ate steak again last night. Dan made steak.
Incredible steak.
I don't really care for steak, but I'm just really trying to I still do get a little lightheaded, so I'm just trying to eat a lot of iron right now. Very healthy. And we'll be feeling better very soon. I just know it. But breastfeeding is going a little bit better, and that is fun for me. Oh, Dan has to show you.
I want to show you guys.
I had no idea what this thing was before you came here.
It's one of my favorite tools, but I don't have a ton of uses for it other than red meat, steak basically. But they have, and let me know in chat if you guys know have ever used one. This is a sous vide, and basically this heats up water, so you get a big pot of water, and it moves the water around. You fill it up to somewhere right here, and it moves the water, so the water has a consistent temperature no matter where you are in the pot, and it heats it and keeps it at the exact degree you set it at. So for cooking things like ribeyes, for example, like what we've had the last 2 Saturday nights, is a special treat to get Allie iron and fat, the stuff that her body needs right now to recover. I've been using this just because I happened to see it in their cupboard, and I was like, I love using these, and I don't have one. I used to, but
How do you even spell sous vide?
Sousvide. It's 2 words.
Oh.
So I did last week, and let me know what you think. I don't know if you really noticed, but last week I did 135 degrees for 2 hours, and then the regular pat dry sear, and it came out a little more rare, but a lot of people say 135 is the best temperature. Last night I did 137 degrees, and then I seared it, and it came out, in my opinion, I'm in the 137 degree camp on this, because it just came out absolutely perfectly.
I just wanted to, you lost the vegan at Red Meat.
Sorry, David.
I just wanted to let you know that we will be eating a lot more vegan as soon as the lightheadedness goes away. Well, I will be.
Mish jumping in from Canada with a $7 super chat with a couple hearts.
Mish.
Thank you, Mish.
Thank you.
Okay, I wanted to just give you guys a quick break from the old murder talk, so I could show off the sous vide, because Allie's been eating pretty good.
Dan's been a wonderful caretaker of us. Okay, so, but yeah, Denise, I like what you're saying here about the 9/11 call. How can they? What have they done to rule them out? They must have had some sort of footage or something of them somewhere
Laura Hope
else.
agrees with Denise. Guys, what do you think about the roommates? What do you guys think about the roommates? And just to quickly answer your question, Shelly, I need to get an air fryer and play around with it. I've never really used one, but I'm very excited to at some point. Anyways, what do you guys think about the roommates?
Dan getting that booger.
I'm working on that booger. Super chat, it's Tracy Scholl. She's back at it again. I got to shout out Tracy. She says, I commend you, Allie. I haven't eaten steak in 37 years and still don't think I could do it.
I never ate steak before in my life, almost. I had one bite in Argentina years ago and was like, no thanks.
Amy K says, what if the killer made all those calls to Jack? Yeah, I'd love to see what this Jack person thinks about that. Like, what does he have to say? And I believe Jack was the guy at the food truck. That kind of, there's footage on Twitch where he's like, he does like some like, because they walked away from him.
And then Jack was the one they called?
Yes. So I believe that he was at the food truck.
Maybe it was him and he just called himself.
Well, people are saying in the family that it was Jack, and that doesn't mean anything, but it means
people
something.
In the family are saying it was Jack.
Was not. He's like,
right.
He is family, or he's like family or something.
Yeah.
Amy Sunclade says, we use an air fryer every meal and then some.
What do people make with an air fryer? There was, there's another kitchen thing you were talking about.
Well, the KitchenAid mixer is like one of my favorite tools, and I'd love to have one of those someday too. Look who we have here. Hello, first time here. The lamb is the light. The lamb is the light. Hello, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. The lamb is the light.
Okay, here's some clarification. There are 3 different Jacks in the story, so you got to keep your Jacks in a row on this story, it sounds like. So I didn't know that.
Thank you for sharing that, Amy. I do have actually a lot more videos and stuff that I've been wanting to watch and articles I want to read, but I kind of keep getting the same information.
Yeah. So let's see. Yeah,
they were saying that murders happen around. I have read something that they said 3 a.m. and it's like, well, how do you know that?
I think they got home at 2 a.m. So are we thinking maybe? Correct me if I'm wrong, Van Fan, but maybe the killer had already killed. I don't know when the couple, the boyfriend and girlfriend, got home. And maybe they came home at 1:55 with the 2 girls after they left the food truck and walked or Ubered back. Maybe they were with them and I'm just having a brain fart. But I don't know if... I don't know when they got back But someone said, I believe earlier, that the couple was killed first on the second floor, and then the girls were killed on the third floor after them.
I heard that too, but it's hard because I feel like there's a lot of, like, then I have heard other articles where it's like they haven't released that information. So I don't know. It's like, when are they gonna? We can't be far off from them giving us information, right?
Well, I mean, I hope so. Every little morsel of information in this case has been really exciting to get, and hopefully it feels like we're getting closer to finding the person responsible for this, because this is a tragic. This is obviously such a horrific crime. Guys, we're jumping over to Super Chat Camp, sponsored by your generous Super Chats. It's a Barry Huckles. His head, as you can see, guys, he didn't want any light in his eyes while he takes a nap, so he's literally got his head underneath. Let's see if we can go a little lower.
What it is that you can't tell very well when Dan's moving is that he is dreaming right now.
Let's see if he was just making unconscious movements.
Huckleberry Finn?
Huck. Hey, buddy. Van Fam says hi to you, Huck.
Well, the reason I wanted to show you Huckles' movement is because Huckleberry actually hasn't been able to run around, as you know, and now I think he's dreaming about it because he would like to be running around, chasing friends and
such
playing.
a lover, guys. He's the most friendly dog, and he loves to play. Okay, I feel like we've gotten off on an air fryer tangent with the Van Fam. So let's see. I'm really interested in what you guys have to say, because you've already opened my eyes to the fact that it could be the roommates, the two downstairs, and that's something that, for me, I did not expect. Guys, I have to hit the horns. I'm going to break out in dance right now because guys, it's Amy Sunclades causing me to break out in dance. She is for sure Super Chatter of the night with a second $50 Cash App Super Chat. And read that message there, guys, for help to get yourself an air fryer. Amy,
wow.
I guarantee you I will be getting an air fryer. So that's going to go right into that purchase because...
Thank you. That's a good idea.
The KitchenAid mixer is something I would like to have, but I don't need it. The air fryer, like someone said, we can use it in the van.
Use it a lot more than the mixer, don't you think?
Oh, the air fryer will use a lot more. So it's the next appliance that I want to get. So maybe we'll have to put that into an upcoming episode. And I will cook Allie something in our new air fryer when we get one. So thank you so much, Amy. I give you horns for that super chat. You've been so generous. Okay, let's jump back in to Beck says, I've always heard never trust a boy with a J name. It's a thing.
That's very funny. For a while there were only boys with J names in my life.
Uh-oh,
like
really?
Roommates and my sister's boy, just all the J's.
Really? Well,
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, James, Johnny.
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Well, for a while you weren't trusting bald people, bald men that were short because of the Brian Laundrie situation. So,
well, yeah. I still look at bald people weird. Does anybody else still look at bald people and like do a double take?
No.
It's not necessarily just bald people. It's bald people with his stature, like his
in that case, yes,
shape and size.
Yes.
And like kind of like stature, I guess. I still do a double
Denise says maybe the two girls downstairs were jealous of the other girls. Yeah, I mean, I've not seen a picture. Let's see. I'm going to jump over to the internet while you guys are chatting and maybe see if we can find
excuse me. Oh, what's going on? Oh, it's okay.
Let's see here. So 2 weeks after the police found 4 people slain, here's what we know. Let's see if I can find you guys anything.
They have yet to uncover a murder weapon. So what do you think he did with it? Do you think the guy disappeared? Or did he just go back into... If he could have disappeared if he wasn't a...
Okay, here's what I wanted to go.
University.
Here's what I wanted to bring up.
But if he was another college student, he couldn't have disappeared because it would have been
obvious.
Yeah.
And another thing I wanted to say is I guarantee you there are people on that campus that are like thinking, oh, it could have been this person, and someone's right. I think someone knows. Knows directly who did it, but is like, oh, I saw so-and-so do this one thing, and I made a mental note of it at the time subconsciously, but it was kind of like out of their pattern or unique. And I think someone knows the...
But that's why they're not releasing more information, because they don't want to, like...
Okay.
From one thing that I read.
Okay, let's jump over to
this.
this.
Sort of thoughts to one way or another.
Police address flurry of rumors. So several people have been ruled out as suspects for the time being. The police department said the 2 surviving roommates have been ruled out. Other people in the house when 911 was called, like, you know, when that person was like, hey, my roommates are passed out. You guys should come over and help. Which makes no sense to me. The person who drove Goncalves and Mogan home, which I believe was an Uber driver. A man seen in surveillance video from a food truck visited by the 2 girls. So they were home. They were by themselves at the time, not with the other 2. And then the guy they called numerous times hours before their death. So I don't know. Let's see if I can find a picture here.
It's so weird that they can rule all those things out. So I just want more information. I know everybody does, but
let's jump over to some pictures, guys, and see if there's anything spicy on these pictures. So the one I wanted, so we have
there's this one picture of the 4 of them together.
This was the one that I originally was talking about the night of the thing. I mean, these are 2 girls that I'm sure get a lot of attention from guys, and this is like a couple that obviously these 3 girls are all really good friends, and this is the guy who this is the guy who hangs out with them because he's dating one of them. And so there's
sad.
some dynamic here with this where, you know, maybe he had to tell someone, hey, leave one of these girls or both these girls alone. And that's what triggered this person to snap. You know, it could have been something like that. Yeah. And this person who did it said, you know what? That's it. Like, I'm going to kill all 4 of them. And that's why. Because the 2 blonde girls arrived home separately.
They did?
Well, I'm guessing because they were left at the food truck, and then someone
separately
dropped
from
them.
the couple.
Yeah.
But they were together. Yeah.
So I'm wondering, who do we have here in this picture?
Is it the 2 additional roommates?
Obviously, these are the 2.
I've seen a lot of photos where the 2 additional roommates are like this one here, where they're blurred out.
Is that them? Which would mean it's these 2.
Oh, they're
boom.
It's this one. It's just the same photo.
Okay, so are those? I mean, that's 6. What do you guys think? Let's jump over to chat.
So it's not like it's a.
Let's jump over to chat and see if anyone has any ideas. Yeah, Beck says it's so sad seeing how young they all are. I mean, I think back. This is something that's really important to me now that I'm a father, especially, is like, you're so young at like high school and college, and for a lot of people, I remember when I was in high school. You know, it's like you think your world is this, and it's like, I'm in high school, this is what's important. It's such a small, unimportant time in your life. And if you let like being made fun of or, you know, getting making a big decision at that time in your life when you're my age now, 35, and you see what's really important in life,
but
you could make a big decisions and you really shouldn't.
It's so hard to know that, though. Like,
of course, it's something you have to be told by someone older.
Yeah, but it was so important, even if
I agree
to you, and even if people were like, it won't matter, it's not a big deal, don't worry about it. It's hard to believe. Okay,
so Christy says that's the other roommates. David says that's not the 2 survivors.
Oh, okay.
Let's see what you guys have to say. Were those? The couple was at a fraternity party, yes, because he was in a fraternity.
More than one killer, though. Like, why?
I don't know if it could be more than one killer.
It seems kind of crazy that you would have somebody in on it with you, unless they did something to provoke.
David Strausser says, "What rules them out? Police are always wrong." That's a good question to ask, and a worthy question to ask. This individual, this is a great comment from Bruce. This individual hates women. 100. This is exactly what my gut is telling me, and that's why this person was like made fun of or something, and that's ultimately it's like, oh, I snap now. So
I think that definitely is a
okay.
There's some sort of history in their life that
Why would the roommates get the neighbors before calling 911? I mean, I want to give some leeway here because of shock, possibly, or something like that. So maybe, but I want to see what you guys are saying. The front of the house is original and is floor 1 and 2. The back of the house was added on later and is floor 2 and 3. The killer entered the back door at floor 2. Killer never went to floor 1. Okay. Interesting. Sweet Pea says, since my husband and I's daughter went to college this year, we don't use our stove anymore. We only use our air fryer. Good to know. Shelley Fitzgerald here, echoing what I said earlier. She said, someone knows something. Has to be the case. At least has a idea, like, there's some information, and maybe it's been reported to the police and we just don't know it. Play the video, Dan, of the roommates downstairs. Okay, let's see if I can find this video here while you guys fill us in. David Strausser says, what if Dan goes bald? No, David. Because then Allie will leave me.
Dan's dad is very not bald, so I can't imagine Dan going bald.
Thankfully, I don't have that.
But you look good in hats, so.
Let's see if there's a video here, if I can find the video.
Do you guys tuck your ears in, or do you leave them out with your hats? I need to know.
Okay, I'm just trying to find
tuck them in.
This to see.
I mean, Moscow, Idaho it's really a small town. There's only 25,000 people. I went to school with like 60-some thousand people on campus.
I don't know where this video, what video David's talking about. So if you have that link or something.
This video is as hard to watch of them just like normally getting food at the food truck as the video of Gabby walking around the grocery store that they recently released, because it's just like carrying about their day, not a clue to the world of what's coming.
Shelly says ears in, so cool guy alert.
I agree.
Oh wait, no, I'm ears out. Yeah, sorry. Dork.
I help you become the cooler guy.
Ralph T says, how could one person overcome 4 people? Valid question. I think we're dealing with a man.
How does one get somebody in to be like, hey, come help me murder these 4 people?
Agreed, but I think we're dealing with one guy, probably with some stature to him, and someone who was, again, not inexperienced to killing animals. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not someone who has never had their hands bloodied by an animal carcass or something like that. Someone that hates women, for sure. That's who we're dealing with. Mary Schipple says, hello,
Hi,
Allie and Dan. Finally catching you live. Michaela Walker in the house. Okay, I wanted to get... Yeah, Margaret Cox said, David, what video? If you have a video that... Okay, Glory says, watch the interview with the dad, brother, and sister. Interesting body language. Okay, good to know. Lori says, with that layout, possibly killer didn't know first floor part of house existed. That's why the other 2s weren't killed.
Yeah, or
could totally agree with that.
How they were connected, because they call it an apartment, so it must be some sort of like strange, like you mentioned.
There we go. Focus the camera here. Shelley Fitzgerald with the term incel, involuntary celibate. You know what that is? No. An incel. It's someone who is involuntarily not having sex, meaning they don't get laid.
That's who killed them, you
think? An incel. For sure. 100%. It's an incel. It's someone who is socially awkward, had a bad childhood, possibly, well, I would say almost definitely hates women, cannot get women to show him attention, feel, gosh, I want to say kind of like, there was a killer recently that anyways, I can't think of it right now. But that's who we're dealing with.
Someone who doesn't get any attention, inside in their own thoughts all the time.
A total coward, as Rana says. A total coward. The Lamb is Light says, the killer is someone you would never expect. That's interesting, too, to think, because I could totally see that being the case. That it's someone that, it's almost like something out of like a twisty, turny TV show.
I mean, I don't know how common drugs are on the campus, but like if it was a college student, I wonder if somebody got a hold of the wrong drugs or the wrong mix with alcohol or something like that, and it just possessed them to do such a thing. Probably not, but...
Hey, I love this. Shannon Jackson said, and this is a great point by Shannon, bald can be sexy, especially on a 6'1" tall guy named Ron.
I love that, because I
bet Ron is jacked.
I love bald men. I think it's a great look, actually. I'm not by any means putting down bald men, but men, like the other day I was out on a walk and some man was running and he had the same height and like body stature and bald head and beard that Brian Laundrie did, and I was like, oh my gosh, is that him?
Well,
but I like bald. I do. And I think it looks great on a lot of people. I bet Ron looks great.
I bet Ron's jacked. Okay, let's see here, guys.
He's jacked. What does that mean? Looks great. Yeah.
But remember, they were intoxicated, easier to overcome. I agree completely.
To be honest, if somebody came in and stabbed the amount I used to drink in college, if somebody came in and stabbed my roommates, I might not have moved at all or heard them.
For sure. Guys, what do you think of Precious? Who, besides Allie and I, is just totally surprised by this hair situation? What do you guys think? We had a lot of good descriptions of it last Sunday. It's definitely categorized in the strawberry blonde realm.
But right now, on screen, her hair looks a lot oranger.
Yeah, on screen it looks orange.
Than it does in person.
It doesn't look this orange in person, but after a shower, we'll have to show you, or a bath, I mean, she looks
It gets so crazy.
so orange. Her hair is so orange. So we are just totally blown away in the best of ways. She's definitely, I could say pretty confidently, she's going to have blue eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
almost
her
definitely.
eyes are very blue, light blue already.
Adjusting the camera. Okay. So we've talked a lot about the Idaho situation, and we're going to continue. Teresa Long says, what about a female? I just can't see this being done by a female. Even if you could think like, oh, maybe it's a jealous girl who didn't like these two girls. This is someone, I think I think my profile of them, I feel like is pretty accurate.
Yeah,
and a lot of other people
I'm
said
sure a
that,
female
too.
is capable of this, but like if you're jealous of these girls, you would just go in and like cut their hair or something. You wouldn't kill them with a knife. Also, it's less likely, or it's less common that a woman is a hunter or has a knife like that. Not saying it's a hunter's knife. I don't really know, but
you guys are so sweet. Thank you so much for all the kind comments about Maya.
thank you.
Ethan was visiting his girlfriend and doesn't live there. Kaylee had moved most of her furniture out as she had a job lined up in Texas she was to start in January. She had bought a new to her car. I didn't know that, but that's very interesting.
Very sad. She was going to be gone soon, so maybe they had to get it in before.
Well, maybe this person knew that she was leaving. Maybe he, and
Didn't
I'm going
want
to
her
say
to
he,
leave.
well, maybe he is like wanting attention from her. The boyfriend's in town. He says, hey, guy, back off. She's not interested. He gets irate and says, you know what? I'm like, this is what I'm going to do, and does it. And that's what I think. And I definitely agree, you know, it could be someone that no one suspects. Well, it probably is someone that no one suspects, should also be a little more obvious.
Yeah. Just wild. And we're just going to have to basically sit and wait patiently until they give us a little more information.
Bruce says bald is better than a comb over. 100% agree. Kaylee may have went on a date with Killer. She told him she didn't want to see him anymore because she's getting back with Jack. Maybe that set him off. He may have made Kaylee call Jack to hear the killing. Well, the phone was never answered. But I also don't think that there was a date involved, because there would be some type of paper trail or digital trail to setting that up, because you don't just set up a date on the fly. Even if you see someone, you're like, hey, even if you ask a girl out, you're still going to text her or call her at some point. And I really don't think that there is any digital trail leading to this person at all. I think this is someone that has not tried to text, or has not texted or called either of the two blonde girls, which is who I'm assuming, with my theory, he was trying to interact with.
Yeah.
Another college student in the area said that street is a drug party row. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, I mean, there were no drugs around my circles of friends and stuff in college. I'm sure they were around, but I actually know somebody who went to college there, and he told me about, I don't know, some of the things they did. And I think that drugs are more common now than they were when we were in college.
I just have to pause you because Tracy Scholl just got her hat trick for the night. It's a third super chat. She says, have you taken a clipping of her hair, popped it in an envelope with the date? You'd be amazed how quickly the color changes.
That's actually really sweet.
We're going to do that. That is a great... Thank you for putting that in a super chat, Tracy. That is a fantastic idea. we are going to do that because I'm really interested to see what her final hair color is. I mean, I guess not her final, but what her hair is going to grow into in the next year or two. Chris Johnson says there is a picture of blood dripping down an outside wall. Lots of blood. Yeah, I saw that. There's a ton of blood.
Yeah.
Charlene and Jean are in the house. Hello. They say, beautiful baby Maya. Well, thank you. You guys are so sweet.
Thank you. Ooh, okay.
The two survivors are Dylan and Bethany. And that's good to know. That is, it's Christy Hobbs with a $10 super chat. Give her some horns. And I'm going to give her another sound effect.
Hi, Christy.
Very generous. She says, don't fret. You will get a schedule down. It just takes patience and time. She is precious head to toe, hair and all. I am late to the Idaho Murder Mysteries. Need to do my research. Love you guys. Yeah, look into it because, man, this is a case that is going to keep me thinking for a while until we get some closure. And I got to go back, guys. It is Rana Jane, our Patreon member with a super sticker. Shiba Dog squeezing a big red heart.
Aww.
We haven't had a super sticker tonight, so thank you, Rana, for your support.
Thank you, everybody. Christy and Rana.
Kaylee bought the vehicle herself. Digital trace, he would be arrested by now, 100% agree. And let's see what else you guys got. Someone from the bar, totally. Could be someone from, was this person at the party they were at? I'd say maybe. I'm not sure. We've got some sound effects coming from daughter Maya as Allie. She's awake, guys, from her slumber. Hi, little beauty. Hi, little beauty. We want to know what your hair's going to do. See if you can get it, guys. Those are her eyes right now. I think we're looking at blue eyes, guys. I don't know if you have other thoughts on that.
And again, I really have to say how orange her hair looks on...
Does not look that orange.
Woo! Compared to what it does in person, it's very...
Yeah.
Very different, actually.
Yep. So true.
It looks like so blonde right here, and then it looks like...
Shannon says, Maya hit the hair jackpot. She's a doll. Well, thank you for that.
Shannon.
I mean, if she has a reddish style hair with blue eyes, that's a beautiful combination.
That would be amazing. She's got the blondest eyebrows.
Yeah, that's a beautiful combination. Yeah, Piggy is with my dad. We are reuniting with Ann Ferrier, my 7-year-old terrier. I've been with that terrier for 6.5 years.
Okay.
She's nearly 7. I've learned to burp my daughter because I burped my terrier for at least 5 years of having my terrier.
Maya is looking at you like, okay, Dad.
So I've burped my terrier. If we were in France, she would be a terrier. And we will reunite with my terrier this evening. And I cannot wait to see my pig terrier, Ann Ferrier. Shelly makes a good point. She says Maya's getting so big already.
Yeah, she's gained...
We commented on that, remember?
She's definitely filling out her clothes more. And her face is looking a little...
She's definitely longer. I would say she's maybe 24, 25 inches.
Her legs are filling these out, but her arms aren't.
She's still got short little arms. She's going to be tall, guys. I think she's going to be pretty tall. I can't wait to see the woman she grows into, but I think she is going to be pretty tall. Someone needs to be around to take lots of pictures of the crowds and look to see who's the person lingering at all the gatherings, because they are having a candlelit vigil on the 30th. So in a few days... That's a great point. This killer is close to the community. He will be there.
That gives...
Creepy. We should be there investigating. I'm really bummed we're not able to make that trip.
You want to go tomorrow? How far is it?
Guys, I'm going to look up. This is how we went to Florida on a whim. So let me jump over to, I'm going to take you guys with me. Hold on a second, guys. It's only 6 hours.
We can go tomorrow.
Guys,
should we go?
Guys, drop a chat. Is this something you'd want to see? Can we bring you guys value that you feel like is missing in this case? And be serious. If you feel like we can't and you've seen a ton of footage, like literally.
That's really close.
It's way closer than I thought. I thought Moscow was in a different spot. Let me see where it is on the map.
No, I knew it was pretty close. You actually just go like past Baker City.
Oh, and you go north a little bit. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, would this be interesting? Could we get the thing with the Gabby case is that we could actually see for ourselves how things could have happened, but we obviously can't go in the house, and we probably can't get that close to it. We could go to the candlelight vigil if that's this week.
It's on the 30th, so we have to absolutely plan our potential trip around that candlelit vigil. That's something we would need to be at for sure for this investigation to be worth it. And I think it would be worth it. So I'm not going to say anything right now, but guys, I'm going to say stay tuned. Two words.
It's definitely something we should consider. I guess I didn't realize it is pretty close.
Everyone's saying do it. Go. You guys. How did I know that the Van Fam would want Allie and Dan on the scene investigating? And I will say this right now. Hear me now. I miss doing investigations.
Yeah. I'm trying to wrap my head around it, but I kind of feel like we should go.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to say this. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned.
Yes, we can give Maya breaks.
Oh, of course we give Maya breaks.
We read that they shouldn't be in there for more than 2 hours, but also she has to feed, so we just kind of do like hour and a half-ish stints.
Some people are saying no, that we should stay, not with baby Maya. Well, we are comfortable with traveling with our daughter, and we are very committed to what's best for her. So, we'll take everyone's input, but ultimately, if we feel like she can, she did fantastic on the same distance drive from Bellingham to here, basically. Actually took way longer because they shut I-5 down for whatever reason.
They shut the highway down. Did we tell you that last time? They just shut it down for 4 miles.
Chris Johnson says killer will probably be at vigil. Candlelit vigil will be well attended. Don't take Maya around those people if it's going to be a mob scene. Well, I don't think it's going to be like some crazy mob scene. But yeah, as long as y'all are safe, of course. Guys, we're not stupid. Like, we went to the Brian Laundrie scene of Brian Laundrie's heinous crime. Scummy, stinky Brian Laundrie's crime. And, we wouldn't have gone there if there's a killer on the loose, although technically he was on the loose at that point. But he wasn't. We knew he was in Florida. So, anyways, I guess the biggest thing there was there were bears around in that part of Jackson at that time. So
that Dan was.
I was not prepared to face a bear. So let's think about that, guys. As Rebecca says, the trip would be so interesting. I loved it when you went to Gabby's resting place and also Brian's parents. You could inform us by taking a complete set of photos of the vigil.
It's something we need to really think about and consider, of course.
This is what we do, guys. This is not like, this is what this is when we said, hey, let's start a YouTube channel. It's not like, hey, let's show ourselves making macaroni and cheese and it's like we want to bring value to the YouTube community, and we want to show you guys stuff that, you know, we're taking this, like, almost, it's a risk in life to see if we can make this work. And so this is what we need to do, stuff like this. And I'm not saying this exact thing, but we need to be prepared to take on investigative things like this that interest us. And to be, you know, we have a van, we need to use that van. We need to drive to places no matter where it is. So there's a lot to consider here, guys, for sure. Okay. Stay tuned, as I said. Let's see. Purple Candy says, I've read that killer locked a door behind them. That's why roommates thought he was passed out. Maybe the roommates never actually saw the passed out person. They just assumed, hey, sense. Come over because our roommate's passed out and we can't get into the room. That makes sense. That's the one lot thing. More sense. And Bruce says, Candy, you are correct. So, okay, interesting stuff, guys. Very interesting stuff. Denise says, some sicko probably followed them home. One of them woke up and he went crazy. I have really no idea, but I do know the girls were so powerless to perverts and sickos. Girls are so powerless. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, and it's very sad. I repeat, when does Kelly get to hold Maya? That's a good question, Bruce.
We hope
another time I'm going to use stay tuned.
We hope soon.
Yeah. Well, we're confident soon. No. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Your cooking is fun, Dan. Don't stop cooking. I will never stop cooking for this person right here. And I do like to cook cool things. Yeah, this person. Not yet for her, but soon. I do like to cook things. I think I'm decent. There's a lot of stuff I don't know, but I'm getting better.
Dan made lemon
bread. Sweet lemon bread.
Yeah, it was so yummy.
I really like baking. Okay. Beck says, it's so good hearing everyone's ideas, as there's so many ideas I haven't thought of that make sense.
Yeah, and then I also then I hear something else and I'm like, that idea in my head didn't make sense at all.
Yeah. David Strausser makes a good point. He says, you should be safe. Just be aware of your surroundings and where you park at night. Make sure it's public area to be safe in. 100%. That's the type of thing that helps us, because it's like a reminder, hey, do you, but think about this and this and this. And that's very helpful. Deva says, Maya will dictate if you go or not.
She will.
There was a couple also attacked with a knife while they slept on August 13th, 2021 in Oregon. The wife was stabbed 19 times and survived. Her husband did not. I haven't heard about that. I wonder where in Oregon was that?
I don't remember hearing that either. Wait.
Jennifer Smith said, ex-homicide detective went to the crime scene for Thanksgiving and he found a black glove in the trash can and told the cops. Interesting. We'll have to look for that video.
I seem to think that knife would have been thrown in the garbage or something.
I bet the knife was taken with the suspect.
Unless the person fled the scene.
Rebecca says, how could a killer overpower Ethan? Well, I think if you're there, and I think Bruce said that the killer killed the couple first and then went to the third story and killed the two girls. I think he probably killed... It could have been Ethan that was the main person he wanted to kill, because maybe Ethan said, hey, leave these girls alone, or get away from her or them, you weirdo, or something. He could have been in a sense, mean, but he could have just been standing up for his friends and pissed this person off. So maybe, you know, if you take a knife to the chest or wherever, you're going to be hindered. You might not die right away, but your ability to fight back is hindered big time. This is a good comment by David. You can lock any door and close it behind you. The killer probably locked the door so nobody would walk in to see them murdered. Well, you can do that with every door, but not with a deadbolt. You can't lock a deadbolt and then leave.
Was the deadbolt locked?
No, I don't know. It wasn't a deadbolt. I don't think
but
it was a.
If
I think it was probably a standard.
If it was an internal door between the other two roommates and them, then he.
Yeah, then you could do it. Brenda says, Allie, you hit the cook lottery, babe. Your thoughts?
I definitely did. You guys, we talk about what I used to eat in before I met Dan. I was like, where's that camera at? Before I met Dan, it literally was peanut butter and jelly, chips and salsa, and hummus and carrots. That was my diet.
Guys, I just want, babe, what do you think? Look at the screen. Look at your three. They're your two children. Minus your stepdaughter, Pig Terrier, who's not here. But how sweet is that?
She just tooted.
I heard that.
She likes to toot.
So, guys, she went 5 days without a bowel movement. And then I was doing a lot of stuff like moving her legs and pulling her legs straight and then helping her.
Do it a little higher.
Doing this and then pushing so she's like in a squat position. And when she pooped, I did it, and I could feel her pushing. It was such a cool moment because it felt like we were a team for the first time, really. And I could feel and see her little face. Oh, it was so cute. And then I felt it, and I was like, could be a fart, but it felt totally different because we had gotten our hopes up plenty of times before that. Times. But I was like, nope, that one was different. And we took her diaper off, and sure enough, she had done the deed. But that was a special moment.
Very exciting stuff.
Very, very special moment. Dinner is ready. I stalled to stay here a half hour longer. Better go. Love you guys. 11 Light from California. One night I will get to stay for the whole night. Thank you, Deva. We are so glad you were here. David says you can make homemade baby food. That is absolutely on the agenda. Let's see here. Allie, were you able to get the package forwarded to Oregon? We are We're
working on it.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that nobody else, and if you have sent anything, please just check with us. I know we have a package from Chris Johnson.
That's at my dad's. We're going
to check that tonight.
Amy said, I heard the two.
One more. Oh, she did. But I just wanted to make sure nothing else was sent to Bellingham before we get Candace and Donna's package sent to us.
Bruce says Dan hit the lottery of a lifetime with Allie and Maya.
Aw, Bruce,
that's
true. So sweet of you. We're all very lucky.
David Strausser is talking about the two girls that were murdered in Moab, which we did cover that situation, and it was someone that worked with the I can't remember her name, Crystal, I think, at McDonald's. Not Kylie, but Crystal. Crazy. And Moab's such a cool place.
He left a suicide note and then murdered himself.
Right. Suicide. Let's see here. Beck says, did you hear about the lady who befriended a mom to be on a Facebook group, then cut her baby out as she faked her pregnancy? Huh? The baby didn't make it. She's been sentenced to death penalty just recently. Hold on.
What?
Did you hear about the lady who befriended a mom to be on a Facebook group, then cut her baby out as she'd faked her pregnancy? The baby didn't make it. She'd been sentenced to death. I'm missing something there.
That's nuts, but yeah, I don't know if I understand.
Who was the woman pregnant, or did she fake it? I mean, that's sickening, of course.
Well, I need to go change her diaper. It's not poopy, but it's very full.
It's a full diaper, guys, and you've got to feed. So, guys, We thought we might have to end tonight a little bit early. I'm going to jump over to Super Chat Cam one last time for you guys, but we are going to probably call it here because we have to leave this house soon as the owners are going to be back, and I've got to take their dog out. We've got to clean. But this is Maya Moon. She is so precious. Look at her little head. She's moving and grooving because she knows it's dinner time.
Oh, okay, sweetie.
Guys, Allie's been doing so good. Keep her in your prayers, in your thoughts, because she is working her butt off and going through a lot of changes in her body as she becomes the world's best breastfeeding mom.
Well, I think a lot of moms go through a lot of difficulty with breastfeeding. We've had every single difficulty, but we're working hard at it, and we're going to get there, aren't we?
So
Okay,
she
this baby girl is
befriended the
hungry.
pregnant one with intent to steal her baby. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, that's psychotic. Okay.
So I know you guys aren't used to us cutting it short before 7 p.m. Pacific, but tonight, because we're leaving our house sit and we have a lot of packing to do, we wanted to make sure we got on here at 5 exactly and then got as much time with you guys as possible. We've got a lot to think about. We are going to make a decision, and we'll see if this is something we can do. Hopefully you're disappointed if we don't end up doing it. If we do it, hopefully you know we did it because we knew our daughter would be just fine. Of course, we're not going to do anything stupid. We like doing investigations, but we don't need to do them in order to feel good about our YouTube channel.
We're going to talk about him. I need to look more into that. That's absolutely wild about the mom thing. Guys, I really have to go to the bathroom and feed my daughter. And
let me just check, make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Thank you to everyone. Thank you
everybody.
To Amy and Shannon for your Cash App super chats. Thank you to everyone for your YouTube super chats.
Thank you,
for your comments, your likes, your subscribes. You guys are so amazing to hang out with. Tonight was a really fun night.
Yeah, thanks everybody for sharing your input and everything as we think about this horrific case.
Yep, absolutely. Night Van Fam, as Bruce says. Safe travels. Love you guys, says Sherry Fitzgerald. Uh-oh, I've got to ban this person. We got our spammer. So, guys, I'm going to let Allie go to the bathroom. We love you guys.
Thank you guys for tonight. We'll see you soon.
Adios.
Bye-bye.